Hello YouTube. Today we're going to go over the Victorinox Fieldmaster. I was looking for a knife to carry around with me when I'd go out in the woods and so forth, specifically for bushcrafting, car camping, backpacking, whatever. Kind of a knife that, didn't take up a lot of space, wasn't really big, like, wasn't like a bushcrafting knife per se. Just something if I had in my pocket, I get in a survival situation. So first thing I thought of is something with lots of different devices. I thought, oh, that's easy, Swiss Army knife. But then I went to look through all the Swiss Army knives, from Victorinox, because they are the Swiss Army knife company. And one thing that I noticed about their product line is that it was hard to get a knife that had all the exact features that I wanted. And one of the big things was a saw and a pair of scissors. And, I'd see a knife that had one or the other. Or it had a big gazillion, or I had to get like a bazillion things and the knife would be like this thick. So it's hard to find just something lighter weight that, had decent sized blades. So that was the other requirement. I wanted a long blade. I didn't want the little shorty only, something I could actually use to, cut some stuff with. But the main prize was having that saw, because that saw is what makes or breaks a knife, a Swiss Army knife to me. They make the greatest little saws. With this little saw, you can do a lot of stuff. Especially with bushcrafting, or if you just need to process a little bit of tinder, firewood and so forth. It's very handy. And the other thing you need for a survival situation, or if you're going to do some bushcrafting or whatnot, is a pair of scissors. And having this bigger size knife gives you a bigger pair of scissors. And like I said, it was hard to find that saw and the pair of scissors on the same knife. Now, I managed to only find two particular knives that had that functionality. It was this one and another one called the Hunter. Now, the main difference between the two knives that I had to kind of justify whether I wanted one or the other was, first of all, the Hunter knife was nice because it came with different colored scales, and they had a nice walnut one. I was like, oh, that's nice. Whereas this one only came in red and black. And I think they had a blue or a yellow plastic, but the other one had a walnut wood scale, and I was like, oh, that's nice. But the problem with the other one is that it didn't have this screwdriver that this one has. Phillips head screwdriver. Gotta have a Phillips head screwdriver on a Swiss Army knife. It's a good little tool. Whereas the other one just had that corkscrew. Well, I go out in the woods and there is no way I'm ever going to use a corkscrew out in the woods. I don't drink wine. I'm not going to drag a wine bottle out in the woods. If it's the end of the world, and even in an urban situation, I'm not going to run to the wine counter in some place and get a bottle of wine and be worried about how to open it. I'm going to be worried about how to get in the door to begin with. So I'm going to need this Phillips head screwdriver. Anyway, that was the other deciding factor on this knife. And like I said, it has a long blade. It has both a Phillips and flathead. It has a can opener. Has a bottle opener. Pair of scissors. One other feature it has this little hook on the back side here, which is kind of handy. This is another little nifty little feature these knives has. These make great pulling hooks. You can be pulling line or something. You have this little hook. It's kind of nice to have. Also, if we're making snares, take your piece of wire, put it in a loop right here. You can twist that up and tighten up that loop real nice, but yet keep the loop consistently sized. So this is handy to have. And you gotta have a leather awl. This tool right here is very important because you know, if you, let's say you manage to trap an animal, well, what are you going to do with the hide? You know, you're going to make something out of it. Well, you need something to punch holes and cut and whatnot. And also you may need to drill a hole in some wood or something. You know, that's going to be used for that too. So this is a good tool to have. You know, and you got your little hole there where you put your thread in there. Punch it down in there. Get the thread out, pull it out. Punch it down again, pull it out. Punch it down again, pull it out. You know, it's just like having a sewing machine. And also I got a little small knife. These are great for trimming your nails and so forth. You know, you don't need that big knife all of a sudden. But anyway, this is what I found is the best. Well, it's got the tweezers, you know. You need to pull a splinter. Got a toothpick. Got to pick your teeth sometimes. But this knife was the most bang for the buck. And it had everything I needed, nothing I didn't. At least I can't think of anything on here that I couldn't possibly use. So I find this knife to be much more useful than one of those little rinky-dink Swiss Army knives that you see a lot of the ultralight guys carry. They say, I've heard ultralight guys tell me that those little knives, they use them to cut bread and cut vegetables and all sorts of stuff. But you know, when somebody tells me that, you ain't doing that with an inch-long blade. There's no way. You're playing if you lie, either lying or you don't know what you're doing. It's like, why even carry a knife at all? If, you know, the only thing they use those for is cutting open mountain house pouches, you know, and coffee packets. But this knife, you can actually do something. Doesn't take up a lot of space. I mean, it's got a little weight to it. You know, it's not an ultralight solution, but it's a lightweight solution. You know, and it's probably better than carrying a, you know, something like, say, a Becker knife or a K-bar or something. You don't need a K-bar or a Becker if you're out in the woods. This is plenty for most people, most survival situations. If you're out doing real bushcraft and carrying traditional stuff, then yeah, you might have that Becker, but you know, you're going to be processing a lot of wood and build big, huge shelters and so forth. So that's why you have those bigger knives and whatnot. But if you're just out trekking and you get in a survival situation and you want to get found and discovered and go home, this is what you need. Anyway, thank you for your time, and you know, I'll leave a link in the description for this, and if you want one of these, you know, you can get one. Anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please click the like button. If you'd like to see more, click subscribe. You can also click on the bell icon to receive notifications when we upload new videos. If you have questions or suggestions for new videos, please leave a comment down below. You can also consider supporting us on Patreon, or you can join us on our Discord server. The links will be in the description below.